Hey everybody out there in web land, YouTube land, it's me again, Luce Cabra, VoxPop33.com, here to tell you what was relevant this week. It's Friday, July the 15th, 2016. The main thing that we haven't seen in the news this week, last week, week before, is NATO is really putting pressure on Russia. They're really pushing for a war with Russia. Not any country, but NATO. Okay, that's not in the news, and it should be, because that's a real serious threat. Yeah, Putin going on every news show possible going, we don't want war. NATO, please stop doing what you're doing. Now, how come that's not in the news? Something that happened yesterday, real prevalent on CBS Entertainment News this morning, and that's the fact that, you know, everybody's in France are celebrating Bastille Day, which is real similar to like the 4th of July. Well, you had some idiot in a truck just going through Nice, France, plowing down people. 84 people have died. My condolences to their families. That's not cool, man. It's just, you know, why? Why all this violence? You know, and my heart goes out to those families because you're just out as human beings, man, trying to have a good time. And then the flip side of that, you know, the gun grabbers, all the politicians really, really rushing to take our guns away. Well, you know, they're all pissed off. They're like, a truck? A truck? Damn, we can't put a spin on that. Unless it was like, was it a high-capacity AR-15 truck? We could say it was something like that. Of course, I'm joking. It's not cool, man. And again, what the politician's supposed to protect the Constitution, uphold the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, which includes the Second Amendment. And again, I don't own no guns, but I can read that. The thing is, what I like about CBS Morning News, and I tell you because it's very entertaining, that's why I call it CBS Entertainment News, is the fact that at 7 o'clock, whoa, helicopters are here. We've got to keep it down. But at 7 o'clock, they were talking about this guy driving a truck, Muslim guy, and he had a pistol, an assault rifle, and fake hand grenades. Now, how does it go from that at 7 a.m., then they updated it at 8 a.m., saying that the truck was packed full of guns and hand grenades? And I'm like, what? They didn't say that at 7. Anyways, we got to keep a lookout for this. I'll put some memes up, but there's no need for all of this. There's no need for all of this at all. Now I'm going to talk to you about security robots. This has been in the news last week and then this week. Big deal, you know, and it turned out to only be two robots, two 300-pound robots. And, you know, they've been powered down now because one of them was in Europe, I think, the other one was back east because one of the robots basically ran over, wrecked into a small toddler. Duh, you didn't think that was going to happen? Anyway, okay, I work with robots in my job, and robots are stupid. Robots break down all the time. Now, here's the funny thing, because it reminded me of a movie, because it's 2016 now, but this movie's back in 1986. And the way slasher films were back then, you know, nudity, gore, people's heads blowing up, all that stuff. But this is a movie I'm going to show you a little 1-minute clip of. It's called Chopping Mall. And it shows you what happens when you put robots to guard the mall. It's stupid, okay? And having robots over people that can't make those kind of decisions is kind of stupid too. But you'll laugh at this clip because it shows you how retarded it is. And this is 40 years ago. Anyway, go to that clip, man.
Mike? Damn you. Brandon, you don't don't come out now. Don't bother. All right, wake up. Wake up. I said wake up. That's it. I don't need this crap.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah, that was par for the course for slasher flicks back in the 80s. You blatant nudity, blatantly bloodshed, stuff blowing up, and it always came back to a group of kids. Hey, let's break into that warehouse and we'll just all get naked and have sex, and then the creatures will come, and oh my God, that happened more times. Go back and look at movies of the 80s. They even have lists on YouTube. Ridiculous stuff. But my whole thing is two robots in the news, big deal, and then now it's not. It's kind of stupid. Meanwhile, like I said earlier, NATO is threatening war with Russia. That's real news. Anyways, the reason why I waited to tape a day later than I should have, I wanted to see the official, vice president, who Trump's going to pick. Well, he picked Mike Pence. Womp, womp, womp. Okay, I know why he made that move. Real conservative kind of guy. But the reason why I have issues with Mike Pence is because, well, he's truly a TPP guy. He pushes for that. He says, oh, it's wonderful. It's going to be great for America. When in fact, no, it's not. We saw what happened with Brexit. We know what's going on with the EU and why the UK left the EU. The TPP is just a version of the EU to take over our government. Just like it happened in the UK. In Britain, they were really, really vocal about that because they couldn't govern themselves. And that's all they really wanted it to do. But now with the TPP, if they do pass that, okay, they're going to let everybody know that what you do, the prices you pay at the pump, what you buy food for, insurance prices, all that is going to be controlled, not by our government, but by a committee based out of corporations in another country. Do you really want that? I don't want that. Another thing about the Brexit and the UK leaving the EU, after, there might be war and all this stupid stuff, is the simple fact that the politicians in Britain had to become, useless. They were useless before. But the reason why they became useless is the fact that if you're being governed by an outside entity, not even in your country, why have politicians? And that's what the politicians don't want you to know about the TPP in this country, because once the TPP does get passed, politicians in this country, we don't need them. We won't even need a president because it won't matter. Everything that it'll just basically be controlled by corporations outside the United States. That doesn't sound like an America I want or what you want. And that's why I'm real vocal about the TPP all the time. And remember, politicians don't do nothing now, okay? And they're going to get put in a position where, we're going to do this, and you're not going to do anything because you won't have any control because you can't vote on anything. I do this because my kids, your kids, everybody's kids, okay? We're pretty much screwed as adults, okay? Let's make sure that our country is left in order for our children. But yeah, Mike Pence, wow, okay. Let's see where that goes. Got to respect Trump's decision, whatever. Trump, nobody's killed the guy yet, but everybody's going, man, they're going to kill. He's talking stuff that politicians don't want people to know about. That's why he's dangerous, because he's really for change. Not Obama's change, because that was spare change, but Obama's change. And I kept joking about saying, hey, Ventura's not going to run with Howard Stern anymore for president. Why don't you? get together with Ventura and have him be your vice president because you would never be assassinated. Why? Because they would end up with Jesse Ventura. Some more memes for you. Ta-da! And again, the second reason why I waited to today to tape was the 28 pages of the 9/11 report. Well, they finally put them out there, and they did it close to the weekend because nobody's really not paying attention again. But I read the whole 28 pages, and yeah, Saudi Arabia did have a lot to do with what happened. Okay? Now, remember, they used that event to pass the Patriot Act, and then the other Patriot Act, which took away a lot of liberties, a lot of freedoms from us. But it was something that the government set up. Now, we know that Saudi Arabia was in on that deal as well. Okay, that's in the 28 pages. There's nothing to do with national security because that's nonsense too. They just didn't want us to know that Saudi Arabia was really pulling the strings. There's so much evidence out there, it's not even funny. But my whole thing is Donald Rumsfeld, the day before this happened on 9/11, is saying, yeah, we're missing $2 trillion military spending. We don't know what happened to it, but we're going to go into the Pentagon, this area of the Pentagon right here, and we're going to go through all the paperwork and stuff and find out where that $2 trillion is. And then the next day, it gets blown up by a plane, which doesn't exist, but it got blown up. The same area that got blown up was where they were going to check and see what happened to that $2 trillion. Stay away, stay away wow. Be informed. Check things out. Question the news. VoxPop33.com. Come check it out. I'll see you later. I'm Lucha Cabra. Bye.